Hey love, I'm Sharr Smith, intuitive energy alchemist and spiritual teacher. Welcome to Journey to Self, an emotional wellness and self-discovery podcast here to ask the powerful questions so you can reveal the true potential that exists in all things for yourself, like your life, your business, and your manifestations. Journey to Self is your reliable resource for learning how to adapt and overcome. Each episode, we cover topics that allow you to hold space for yourself and pay attention to where your thoughts are building momentum. This is so you can take control and transmute the energies of stress, anxiety, and even burnout and begin to create a happy, healthy, and balanced life. Hey love. Okay, so last week we talked about getting out of this toxic ass mindset that you are somehow meant to struggle, right? And so this was inspired by my own challenges in both my life and business and my process of building awareness around some of the defined centers in my own HD chart, specifically channel 2838, the channel of struggle. So to recap real quick, gate 28 is the energy of or for assessing what is worth fighting for, right? And then gate 38 is the actual fuel to help you fight, but not everyone has this channel or either of its respective gates defined. And so this got me to thinking, what fuel do you have to fight if you don't have this channel? Where else does this energy to get things done come from? Well, if you've been rocking with me for a while, then you already know I'm all about energy. Follow the energy trail just like you would follow the money, because to the universe, energy is the currency. So let's look at this for a sec, right? The tricky/deceptive thing here is that the world screams for all of us to just be like Nike and just do it, right? But the gag is that we are not energetically wired to do shit the same way as other people. This means that we each have energy being expressed in a way that no one else has. So, for instance, in her book, Informed, I believe it's on page like 83 through 85, something like that. Holly Herbert, who's another manifestor energy type, she shares knowledge that she learned from one of her mentors regarding the 4 motor centers in the human design chart. So a quick background, if you don't know, the motor centers in human design are the energy centers that manifest as action when connected to the throat. This is the body's physical energy to get things done, and all energy in your human design chart is actually working its way towards the throat center to be expressed and manifested, because the throat center is the center of communication and manifestation. It's where we express all energy. So getting into the nitty-gritty of the motor centers and all of this so that things can make sense and you can connect the dots. We have the 4 motor centers, which are the solar plexus, the root center, the sacral center, and then the will center, which is also known as the ego or heart center. Okay. So if you take a second to look at your human design chart, you can literally see what energy it is you have to work with to get shit done. So remember, we were talking about the body's physical energy to take action, right? To get things done. And so the solar plexus makes up 20% of the body's physical energy. The root center makes up 20% of the body's physical energy. The sacral center makes up 50% of the body's physical energy, and the will center makes up 10% of the body's physical energy. So this includes the energy for you to fight in any moment, space, and or time that you feel like you are struggling. This is the magic, and this is why I keep telling you time and time again, you need to understand your own energy, how it works, and what it is that you specifically require to be and feel supported in any case scenario with any person, place, thing that you are around, doing, etc. Right? And so this is what I love most about the work that I do as an intuitive and psychic energy reader, personal growth and emotional wellness coach, and spiritual teacher. When we take different pieces of information, identify different patterns, and create new ways to apply it for supportive solutions, everything becomes much more simple, much more easier to digest, to experience, and to get through, especially when you start talking about struggling. It's about what's supportive of your well-being. It doesn't matter what area of life you're talking about. So in this case, case, our attention is focused on easing the stress and feeling at ease in the midst of struggle so that we can trust and use our own process for figuring out how to overcome it. This again is where you want to look at your human design chart and see what baseline energy it is that you have to fight with, and then let that be your starting point for figuring shit out and building certainty. So one thing about being the underdog is that we are resourceful as fuck. Everybody counts us down and out, but we've always got a trick up our sleeves with some shit nobody saw coming. Sometimes not even us ourselves, right? It's literally just how we are energetically wired. We are wired to succeed. We are wired to succeed. You are hardwired to succeed, and don't you fucking forget it. And so when we talk about this baseline energy and you understanding how it is that you're energetically wired to fight, all you have to do is look at your 4 motor centers in your human design chart and see which of those motor centers are actually defined for you, right? There are some other mechanics and fundamentals that go into it, but on a surface level, just having a quick tip and trick that you can use to help you navigate without having a physical human design reading or taking a course, etc. Like these are the tools and resources that are readily available to you for free. So you have no excuse, right? So how do we actually apply this information? Well, let's use me as an example. So in my chart, the only motor centers that I have defined are the solar plexus and the root center. What this means for me is that I am coming out the gate and starting the game or trying to figure out how to navigate and overcome the struggle with only 40%. Like I'm not even starting at 100%. And that's the case for a lot of manifestors, because in order for you to be a manifestor energy type in human design, your sacral center is either undefined or completely open. It's not defined for you. And so we're already down 50% of the physical body energy to get shit done with. You see what I'm saying? And so this doesn't mean that my energy is any less powerful or effective than someone else's. It simply just means that I have to be more intentional and strategic about how and when I use it. So now when we talk about application in a real life scenario of trying to overcome a struggle, this means that any action I take or decisions that I make, because solar plexus is emotional energy, it's all fueled by what and or how I feel. So what, aka the emotion that's present in my body, and how I feel, aka the thoughts that I have about the emotions that I'm experiencing in my body. This is why learning how to regulate your nervous system and understanding your own emotional waves and all the things is so important. It's about how you are energetically wired to transmute the energy you have for different purposes. Now, with my root center, this is energy to achieve, energy for maintaining a fixed intention and decisiveness, right? And so this energy is for and always working and striving towards some sort of ambition. And what this means in a case of struggle or something that I'm, finding difficult or challenging to overcome, right? This means that whenever I am struggling, the fuel in and of itself that I have to fight with is rooted in knowing, understanding, and standing 10 toes down on what it is that I want to accomplish and or achieve in the situation that's happening. Now let's look at this in comparison to someone else who may have the will center defined, which I do not, right? They can will things into being because the energy of that particular center is all about what you specifically want and your sense of worthiness of having it. So you will things into being simply by owning your desires. This is you using the mechanics of how you are energetically wired to want things and not budge on whatever it is that you want. Whereas my will center, again, is completely open, so I don't house the energy to will anything into being. Certainly not based off of desire alone. I have to connect to the thing that I want emotionally and also connect to what it will enable me to achieve once I have it. Straight talk, no chaser. A lot of us are struggling because we are trying to use energy that we do not fucking have to overcome whatever struggle and chaos and challenge and discomfort it is that we are facing. This is why the more that you know and understand your own energy, the easier it is for you to navigate any challenge that may come your way and make a way out of no way. Okay, I will preach this shit till the cows come home. It's all about having, building, and maintaining a sense of self-awareness. You need to understand your own energy, how the shit works, what the energetic role and scope of practice are that you have, and what your specific energy requires to be supported and to function on a baseline level. This is going to allow you to adapt and adjust with ease instead of stress. This is also how you're going to get shit done. You refer back to yourself, your energetic needs, and how you are energetically wired to function no matter who is around, what the fuck is going on, or what it is that you call yourself trying to do. Now, because I know you're listening and you're like, okay, that's all great, fine and dandy, but how the hell do I figure this shit out? Don't you worry. I got you. We got paid tools and resources, but I'm also going to be talking about this in the next episode, where we are going to literally start diving into the soul's purpose, or how you find your soul's purpose, so you can begin to identify and understand what your specific energetic roles and scope of practices are, because this is going to tell you exactly how you are already energetically wired to show up in the fight, regardless of if the fight is in your life, your relationship, with your money, your business, whatever. Okay, not to mention, I already have a free video for you on my YouTube channel at Luminous Soul Love for you to go and watch, called How to Find Your Soul's Purpose Using Human Design, and how you can be sure this is it, right? For additional guidance and support, you can also book a psychic energy reading with me to get answers and clarity on your specific problem and situation. And if you already have understanding of what your situation is and clarity on what's happening, but you're ready to take action and begin mapping out a solution to resolve the problem, then you need to book a Soul Soother Intensive for mentorship with me, okay? All links are available in the show notes or description box if you are listening over on YouTube. Thanks so much for listening to Journey to Self, your number one resource for emotional wellness and self-discovery, helping you learn how to adapt and overcome. Scroll down, press play, and meet me in the next episode. Bye, love.